Not only myself, Kelly Patrick, and Tyler Boyd, we also have Jason, Mark, Danielle. You guys want to say hi, everyone?
Hi, everyone.
Hey, thanks for having us.
It's good. We got Jason Hines and Mark Blankbaker from the cardsandcats.com or the catsandcards.com, either one you prefer. You can check them out. And as Kelly said, it is our 1-year anniversary to the dot today. We're going to give out some awards throughout the show. And I'd just like to start it out with a quick one. Since we have been around for a year now, we're going to start out with the KentuckySports Old Timers Award. It's crazy, Mark, isn't it? You look jealous.
It looks like a little mini Oscar.
It's a mini Oscar.
Pretty big deal.
It is. It's a pretty big deal around here. But the KentuckySports Old Timer Award is going to go out to my man Kelly. He's been around for a year, as Matt has. So starting off the show, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a fun year.
It's an honor. I mean, that's a big deal.
It is. You got the first Oscar tonight.
Thank you.
It's going to be a fun show.
Do you get a speech?
No. There's no speeches here.
It speaks for itself.
Exactly.
It's a big deal. Everybody knows that.
True.
I mean,
we're going to have former Louisville Cardinal. I know Mark has been anxious for this all week. Jerry Smith is coming on tonight.
Very, very anxious indeed.
NBDL All-Star.
NBDL All-Star, who has been tearing it up along with his teammate, Preston Knowles, who I didn't even know was his teammate. I didn't know that.
I didn't know they were on the same team.
It's pretty neat. But,
neato.
Where's that at? Does anybody know, Mark?
It's like in Idaho, isn't it?
Springfield?
Illinois? I don't know.
Sounds
I don't know.
Or Massachusetts.
I thought they were in Idaho.
But yeah, we'll have Jerry Smith on in the second segment, so definitely be sure.
What state are you in?
Be sure to check him out. We'll get right into it.
Right?
Louisville had a game last night, Kelly.
It was a good one.
It was a boring one.
No, it was.
It was most, as the commentator would say. I have no idea what her name was. It was the most boring, entertaining game you could watch.
Yeah, it was South Florida really proved to me that they can control the tempo of a game. I mean, despite Patino coming out beforehand and saying that the number one goal of the game was for them to speed up the tempo, they scored how many points in the first half? 17?
17.
Yeah.
17. I mean, that's
a large number. I mean, it keeps me entertained. I know that.
Really don't appreciate your comments there, Tyler. It was a disappointing loss. I don't know. If they can beat Syracuse, I'm going to say that'll erase it in my mind. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was senior night last night. It was 58-51 South Florida. Kyle Currick, Chris Smith, they both performed pretty well. They had Jared Swapshire, kind of odd, celebrating his senior night as a junior, getting kicked out by Patino.
He's actually a senior.
Is he?
He is a senior.
He's a senior.
Fourth year.
So, but he has a fifth-year eligibility.
He does, yeah. He'll go play somewhere else.
He's taking the George Good route, using the 5th year elsewhere. At the end of the day, he's not somebody that we can have on our team that's going to contribute. You saw what he did with 13 minutes yesterday. It was a lot of zeros on the stat line.
I totally agree.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, he's
a good kid. I'm glad that he was here, but at the end,
I like the aggressive move. I take it as sorry you got your 4 years. Yeah, good luck to you.
Just get out of here
in a nice way.
Just go get hurt and get out of here. I mean, right?
George Good had a good year for Fairleigh. He had, I think, averaged 12 and 7.
Yeah, they were 3 and 26.
3 and 26.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I'm not joking. Yeah, Fairleigh did.
They had a pretty good game against Louisville too, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was.
It was like 30 points at the end.
30-point win, tight 30-point win.
George Good did open that game with the dunk.
Really?
Yeah, George Good averaged about a block and a half. I mean, he started every single game this year. So as far as, if he wants to play professionally somewhere, some other country, that helped him, right? I mean, that was a year where he played a lot. And Swapshire could even be better than that, I think.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Swapshire would be better than George Good.
Swapshire started all year as a sophomore alongside Smarto. Second on the team in rebounds.
Was hurt. I mean,
George Good barely got over 5 minutes in any game in his entire career.
That's true.
Yeah.
Swapshire provided valuable minutes.
I just don't like Swapshire because he reminds me of Bobby Perry. And I don't like Bobby Perry.
You don't like Swapshire because of the altercation with your favorite.
That's always what I think of with Swapshire.
That's why you don't like Swapshire.
Why? Because Cousins gave him a little elbow, gave him a little business.
It's not that I don't like him. I honestly really could neglect Jared Swapshire. I want to elbow everybody, but that's like everybody in the whole world. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point because Kentucky won the game, and let's just look where we are.
So that puts Louisville in 7th place, heading into the tournament, the Big East tournament.
Yeah, it actually locks up the 7th place spot. It doesn't matter what they do against Syracuse. That game is going to only determine some NCAA seeding, and they'll play on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock in the Big East tournament.
Do you know who they're facing?
And they'll play the winner of whoever that.
I think it's
high
10-15.
10 and 15, yeah. I don't know.
The 10-15 game, so maybe a Providence, maybe a rematch against
Providence.
Providence.
Providence, but who knows what's going to happen this weekend? No, West Virginia's the 9. I don't.
It could be a Providence with UConn, somebody like that. But do you think? I mean, Jason? Where do you think Louisville's going to end up in the Big East tournament? I mean, can they win it? You got Syracuse is hot. Obviously, they're the large favorite.
I mean, if we don't learn how to score, we're going to lose the first game.
That's a good point. Shoot it straight. I like this guy.
Yeah. Certainly didn't look like he could win anything last night.
Not
against anyone.
That's kind of the Big East, though. Like, whenever I watch a Big East game,
it's like Big Ten.
It's becoming the Big Ten.
It's kind of college basketball. It's not really Big East.
Like, any team can completely screw up a game or completely kill a game. You just don't know with a lot of Big East teams, which is, I guess, kind of scary. I don't know. So I don't think it's scary to any other conference when you're looking out there, like in the NCAA tournament. But in the Big East tournament, that could be anyone's ball game. Anything can happen. It'll be fun to watch. It'll be very low scoring, but it'll be fun to watch.
Looks like South Florida will probably go to the big dance. I wonder how many teams the Big East will put in the tournament.
Joe Lenardi actually had 10 in today.
Wow, so all year everyone's been saying the Big East is the 4th best conference, I think, right? You guys? And they might put 10. Wow.
Isn't South Florida 11 and 1?
I guess that wouldn't say they're the 4th.
I think that might speak to more the mediocrity of the entire college basketball.
Mediocre teams don't.
Well, I think.
I mean, usually in order to put 9, 10 teams, you're going to have to be a dominant conference. I would not say Big East is a dominant conference.
I don't think
even
if
they put
conference.
9 teams in,
and
that's the most, and you guys are going to say they're the 4th.
I don't think that you have to be a dominant conference to put 10 teams in, but the Big East, you look at it from top to bottom, you've got 2 teams, Syracuse and Georgetown, that are going to go deep in the tournament, I believe. And then you've got, numbers 3 through 10 that are middle of the pack. Not to say that they're bad, not to say that they're good, but to say that, these are, top 20 to 50 kind of programs. And there's a bunch of them, and that's why you see all these battles in the Big East.
Yeah, I totally agree. Not to get off the game against South Florida last night, but if you want to give us a call, we have the Bruceys.com call line, 502-265-5211. Love to hear from you all. Also, the text line at 502-265-6159. Give us any thoughts you all might have. And since it is our 1-year celebration, I'd like to give out another award real quick.
All right.
Exactly. It's a fun night here. I don't know. I'm just going to pull one out. I don't even know what we got. Got a lot of awards to go through.
Did you get those at Dollar Tree?
No, they're 24-karat gold, thank you.
Big deal. We have a big budget.
Well, this one's going to be your next Oscar for your most hits. I don't know who it's going out to. I think it's Matt. Matt, the producer with the most hits. He does one post every week, and he gets the most hits. How about that?
The video of the
congratulations.
Kentucky guy dancing.
Yeah, what was that, Matt? Do you know? You don't have Mike. What is it? Was it the Kentucky guy
What
dancing?
post? Was it the women's coach dancing?
It was the 2011-2012 recruits. It was actually one of the first posts we ever did.
2011, 2012, one of the first posts ever, huh? Oh, aren't you special? Screw that guy. He doesn't get an award. He doesn't ever show up. I'd give out another one just because I'm bored. This one's going to go out to one of our newest guys around. It's fun to have the Cards and Cats or catsandcards.com here. This next Oscar goes out to my man, the random guy, Jason Hahn, to the crowd.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Nice catch.
You can call 24-karat gold like that.
Yeah, it's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Any words?
Well, it means a lot to be the random guy here. I think that this will boost me to the upper echelon of blogging stardom.
Exactly. So
It's not his first go-around being the random guy either.
It's
There's
not.
several women
Tears in
on
my
the college
eyes.
ranks.
that's another. That's our 250 podcast. You can
Exactly.
check out another
Okay.
time. So check that out later. But congratulations to Jason Hans, the random guy.
I appreciate it.
You got 2 awards. Yeah, Kelly's got 1. Jason Hans. Who's gonna win the most Grammys tonight? We don't know. But
Adele.
we got about 5 minutes left.
Just Adele get one.
Kentucky. Moving on to the other side of things, Kentucky. They had 1 game over the week. Louisville had 3. We'll get to their Cincy loss. They lost Cincy. We don't need to talk about that. But Kentucky beat Vanderbilt to clinch the regular season championship, 83-74. Danielle,
Yes.
did you catch this game?
I did catch it. It gave me a headache.
It was fun.
It was heated. It was a series of UK runs and Vandy runs, and then a UK run and then a Vandy run. But then Anthony Davis was too much to talk.
28 points, 11 rebounds, 5 blocks for Davis. Thomas Robinson, actually, if any of you all saw that later in the night, he had 29 points, I believe, 8 or 11 rebounds, one block. One block only.
No, but it was a big block.
Those two guys are battling for Player of the Year. It's got to be Davis just because it's a both ends of the court thing. Louisville fans, what do you all think?
Yeah.
I have a statement. I don't know what it is, but
This will help because I'm actually 3/4 done with a post that's going up tomorrow about.
So that means it's actually
the only person that I can think of, although he's much quicker. For some reason, lately I've been thinking it is that Anthony Davis is like Tim Duncan.
I like that.
I can see that.
Mid-range game. He's got the jumper.
Similar size. Obviously, he moves like a guard. Duncan was never accused of that. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's that big. He's that long, ridiculously long. Duncan always had that huge wingspan.
Yeah, he definitely has those go-go gadget arms. And, I was shocked this week when Dick Vitale and some of the other national pundits started talking about Thomas Robinson as Player of the Year, and I'm like,
that is weird.
I'm thinking, I'm a Louisville fan. I'm like, Anthony Davis to me is a lock, and then I'm like, am I too close to this because I watch Anthony Davis all the time, or do I just need to watch more Thomas Robinson?
I kind of feel like we are in a way,
Yeah.
because I mean, the typical Player of the Year candidate is going to be dominant offensively, which Davis can be, but he doesn't necessarily have to be. So he doesn't. It's not like Thomas Robinson, who is dependent on offensively by his team, because his team is not nearly as strong. So, I mean, when you think about it, he's an unorthodox pick. He's growing offensively throughout the year, like exponentially. Like, I mean, look at Vandy.
10 for 11.
Yeah,
That's
and I mean,
so efficient.
And the number I'm seeing quoted right now by everybody is basically the number of attempted shots. Like, for some reason, it's against Anthony Davis that he doesn't attempt as many shots as Thomas Robinson because it's going to affect their field goal percentage.
Kentucky's just got him.
He's a different player, and I feel like if you look, because I watch a lot of Kansas because I don't like Kansas very much. I don't know if you know that.
So that's why you watch them a lot?
Yeah.
That's why the whole world watches Duke. Nobody likes it.
It's the same.
It's the whole just we like basketball here.
Yeah, I mean, I watch if a Kansas game is on, I'm gonna watch it. But it's one of those things. It's like it's an eye test. When I see Thomas Robinson out there, it's not the same as when I see Anthony. Not because I just love him, but I mean, it's like it's not the same dominance that I see from Anthony Davis. It's just not, and I don't know how much that matters.
Yeah,
Stop looking at me funny.
Defensively, Anthony Davis provides such just a nightmare in the paint. It's almost like Hashim Thabit a couple years ago. You remember that UofL UConn game at Freedom Hall. Louisville's looking at number 1 seed, and then they go up against Thabit, and Samardo has his tail between his legs. He is terrified.
Smarto's playing all right in the NBA
against Thabit, Samardo's doing much better than Thabit in the NBA. But
Thabit, he was a.
It was just that
Thabit was terrible. If he couldn't block a shot, he was god awful.
No, that's a good comparison. My only way to separate him from Thabit and what he's done, what Davis has done defensively is Davis can do it out on the perimeter.
Right,
it's ridiculous.
Yep, he really can.
He can go out there and play whatever spot in the 2-3 zone you want or whatever.
And he's really been showing that the last few
That's
games.
crazy. When you can have someone that big out there.
Thabit was just a 7-3 shot blocker.
But he was a great. I remember him just being a great shot.
Well, Davis
one
really
of the best college that I've seen.
He doesn't have any post moves though. I mean, that's the one knock against him when he gets in the NBA. He's really a 3 playing a center position because he doesn't have any kind of post moves, and Kentucky doesn't run hardly any offense through him unless he's hitting from 15 or getting put back dunks and alley oops, things like that.
He'll develop the strength though,
and he's going to get bigger.
Okay. He'll be absolutely. That's why he's projected number 1, and he will go number 1. Maybe next year.
He's been practicing his whole life to be a guard.
I think he's going to.
I got a good feeling they might. Before we go to a break and get Jerry Smith on, I'd like to give out one more award. It's fun to give these awards out because I got a new little soundboard here that I get to put drum roll effects. Only me and Kelly can hear. Sorry. But anyways, this one goes out to the least amount of posts, and it goes to Danielle.
Okay.
Never doing anything.
And I've also been here the least amount of time.
Danielle.
So.
One
men are better than women.
Jason. Nice hands.
He just dropped my 24 karat gold.
Yeah, I Chris Carter.
It's okay. It's
That wasn't important.
Can I give my little speech here?
Go for it.
I hate you, Tyler.
Good.
That is my speech.
That's all I needed.
My speech was considerably better than that.
No, but mine was
If we're
true.
ranking-
Tyler, this is my first
But
time
mine
meeting
was
you,
from
but
the
I'm
heart.
impressed.
Mine was from the heart, Jason.
No,
That
your posts are very good.
They are very
Tyler's just a jerk.
Hey,
Yes, he
By
is.
the way, these are Matt's trophies, and I'm just the guy dishing them out.
Matt, are you the one who decided to point
Yeah, the
out that
producer
Danielle
over
has the
here.
least?
You can't really
There's
have that.
people who have
But I
less.
also,
Daniel Warmley, he probably has less.
he probably has less.
He doesn't
I don't even
count.
know who he is.
He doesn't count, so there's qualifiers.
Yes, exactly. You gotta be at least.
I've
in, like,
also
the
been
5
here
to
at the
10
least
range,
amount.
right?
But I probably have more words than Tyler does combined. So
Mine are all about
words than
quality
Tyler.
and not quantity, sweetheart.
Yours are about
Anyway,
what?
it's about
We're gonna take
constructing
our
sentence.
commercial break, Danielle, and get back with Jerry Smith, former Card.
Yay.
Mark's excited. Jason's super excited. We'll be back in just a moment. And it's Bluegrass Breakdown Radio Show.
Turn the lights out now. Now I'll take you by the hand you another drink. Drink it if you can. Can you spend a little time? Time is slipping away from us. So stay with me. I can make you glad you came. The sun goes down. The stars come out.
Welcome back to the Bluegrass Breakdown Radio Show. We'll get Jerry Smith on the line here in about 10 minutes or so. Before we get back into it, it is our first birthday celebration, of course, and we've got some anxious people out here like Mark Blankenbaker from the carsandcats.com, and Jason Hans as well. I'd like to give out another award. It's going to be a fun award. This one, another Grammy. Drum roll, please. It's not working. It's not working. There it is. Drum roll. This one, real drum roll. The Best Partner Award, Mark Blankenbaker and the carsandcats.com.
Partner, all right.
Nice
Congratulations.
hand. Nice hand.
Yeah, no Chichester here.
That's classic. We appreciate Mark. You know, he stopped in a few times whenever Kelly or John were available and filled in. So check them out, Matt. You got their site up there, cardsandcats.com, or you can. If you're a Cats fan, catsandcards.com. He's got it working both ways for you. Also check him out. It's good stuff as well. It's the only other UK UofL site in the area, just like we are. So that's why we're buddies.
Aw.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And it's been a fun time.
And Mark brought his girlfriend here, so that's cute too.
Yeah.
Oh,
She wanted to come.
she did.
Yeah.
She wanted to hear a man talking, showing him what he's got.
Yeah, I told her there were boys here, so.
You usually gets them. You usually gets them.
Exactly.
Get back to news. Louisville had some commitments, football-wise, Kelly, over the past week. 2 of them for Junior Day. You got a linebacker, Donnell Elam. I think that's like the 12th linebacker in the last year that's committed to Louisville. And also cornerback Ryan White from Trinity. 2 good commitments.
Yeah, Ryan White was huge. I think, if for nothing else, that his did you guys see his tweet where he said he's going to try to get his buddies, Hatcher and
Quick,
James
Dawkins,
Quick,
yeah.
and Dawkins.
Yeah,
That'd be
once you
huge.
get that pipeline flowing, man, Ryan White get first one in, and then we got his buddy today, Jordan Whiting, 3 years ago, and the Trinity pipeline is open, and hopefully it keeps flowing.
And I really think that's good for the Louisville program. I mean, as far as getting like the local boys in, I mean that's a big deal, like the big hometown hero kind of a thing.
As long as we
You know,
don't
like Michael
we don't
Bush.
get local guys like Ridge Wilson, and we just keep moving.
Speaking of
forward.
Rich Wilson,
oh yeah, that's right. He
got arrested in Louisville.
Yeah, that's right.
He did,
Drug
just party
crack.
rocking.
He's partying.
Party rocking.
Just trying to have a good time on the off season.
He's just hanging out on 6th Note.
That's
it's
a good part of
It's a tough part of town. I've been there. It's tough.
It's hard out there for a pimp.
It is, exactly. He got arrested. Now he's dismissed from the team. Ridge Wilson will end up at Murray State alongside his boy Claw Huzzy.
He can focus on his
Murray
full-time
State's
job
going to
now.
be a force. Just watch. I'm calling it now.
He'll end up at Western. Maybe.
You're a dumbass, Claw Huzzy. I mean, not Claw Huzzy. You are too, but whatever your name is. Ridge Wilson.
Ridge Wilson.
Yep.
Did you get a dumbass award?
I mean, it's a dumbass award. He as a freshman, he punched a girl in a dorm. Emily's freaking out. You don't punch a girl.
And he's scary looking too.
He
Wilson
plays
did?
football.
I saw him in person.
Wilson punched a girl?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Really?
stuck a thing in his.
I wasn't a part of college at the time. Thank goodness. I don't be a part of those guys. I bet he did.
You mean
Jack-
guys who punch women heartline? Whoa, ho, ho, ho.
Hey,
Who's a New England Patriot?
Yeah,
exactly.
Look at all these
Was he like
segues. How
fourth?
smooth am I?
Segue after segue.
How smooth.
1 year, $390,000. Congrats to Mike.
I'll take it.
You
I'll
know,
take
More
it.
importantly,
punch a girl,
better
you get
watch out.
$390,000
How many
Can I
Kentucky
punch you?
players do punch women? How often is that?
every year.
Well, when they get out of line, I mean.
It's every. I mean, think about it.
Chris Brown got to perform twice at the Grammys.
Preston Knowles beat up his girlfriend's dad with a comb.
That's okay though. That's
Airbrush.
different.
You know, we all make our mistakes. We
okay,
move
though.
on,
That's
and we. I'm the
different.
worst woman
Yes.
ever.
You're defending.
I'm making jokes about
Just win,
That's good stuff.
Just put up the stats.
Just a quick little thing. I think we're going to take a short break just because Jerry Smith is ready to talk Louisville basketball. UK baseball and softball, as UofL, they both got going on the way. UK baseball's 8-0 to start the year. Congrats to them. Their softball team is 7-6. They'll be okay. And Louisville side of things, you got their baseball squad at 6-2. I think they're ranked 17th. Mark, I know you're a big baseball guy.
They're doing really well. They've had some tight losses, and I think that game coming up in April against UofL UK is going to be actually a really good one.
It'll be
in,
fun.
Lexington.
I think you usually are free to get into, and dollar beers for the 21 and older age group.
And
Oh,
dollar
that's
hot
in
dogs.
Louisville. This
Wait,
game's
winter
in
games.
Lexington,
It is.
so
Well, I might
no
go.
alcohol in Lexington. We're classy in the SEC. I understand. The softball team for
you
Louisville.
just don't know how to handle your liquor.
Oh, we do. Don't worry.
Did you guys see that article in the USA Today about Louisville and alcohol?
Exactly. I mean, obviously, we know how to handle our booze. It's part of our culture, and if you go 80 miles east, the wheels fall.
They handle it, but they
where
have
all
to
the
handle
where
it.
all the alcohol's made.
They have to handle it before the game or in a flat.
They handle it very well. They just immediately punch a female.
Exactly.
Hey, it happens.
Other than that, they're great with it.
Go Cats.
Exactly. UofL softball, they're 12-0.
Go
They've won the Florida International and the East Carolina tournament. So congratulations to the softball squad. Get out to I don't know the park's name. Check them out. Mark doesn't know either. Big time fan.
Palmer Stadium.
Is it?
That's impressive.
Carson
What's the
Palmer
baseball
Stadium?
field? Do you know the baseball
Jim
field?
Patterson.
Jim Patterson. Get out there. Kentucky or Louisville fans. It's fun. I've been there. It is a good environment.
Ryan Wright, one of the up-and-coming guys for the Reds now. I don't know what team he's going to start out with. Maybe
We're
he'll
gonna-
end up with the Riverbacks.
Not to cut you off, we're going to get to the break. Matt's cutting you off. We're going to come back with Jerry Smith real fast, so just hang on with Bluegrass Breakdown.
Welcome back to the Bluegrass Breakdown radio show. We have, I believe, possibly four-year starter Jerry Smith on the line with us. How are you doing tonight, Jerry?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing great. Hopefully I introduced you correctly. Did you start for 4 years?
I spent some time my freshman year starting, but I split it with Brandon Jenkins. He was a senior, so I came off the bench the first half of the season, and then we split it towards the end that first year.
Good deal. I know that I just remember you playing a whole lot for 4 years. Once again, we have Jerry Smith, former Louisville Cardinal shooting guard, has, from what I've read, has switched over to being a point guard now with the Springfield Armor of the NBDL. Tell us a little bit about how that's going. I've heard you've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's been good, man. You know, I did switch positions over. I'm playing point guard now, and it's giving me a lot of time to develop. This season, and it's going really well for me.
That's great. I also heard that you have Preston Knowles as a teammate. Is that right?
Yes, PK is out here. He's been here for about a month now, and we love him. PK is doing a great job for us.
Good deal. One of the things that when we were getting ready for talking to you that we got to see is we're just looking over some clips of your time with Louisville, and we got to see the time that you hit the game winner against Marquette, and then you were all excited and you ran into the behind the goal a little bit. That was a great clip, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, it was nothing like that. Going home and being able to hit that shot was very special.
That was great. We were all in it. Well, among the Cards fans here, there's three of us. We were all saying, that was one of the best times to just be watching a Cards game that we could all remember. I mean, that was, like you said, it was it's in Wisconsin, in front of your hometown or the hometown area, and you got to hit the game winner, and I just can't imagine how great that would feel. That was just awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, if I remember right, Rick Pitino actually told you he may have had a dream that night before that you were actually going to knock down the game-winning shot.
He did say that. Yeah, he said he did. That was interesting. He told me that, and after the game, and then it happened.
Yeah, for sure. That was nuts.
Not the best time to ask this, but did you get a chance to watch the Louisville game last night?
Yeah, I did. I haven't been lucky enough to watch as many as I wanted to, but last night I definitely got to check it out. So it was tough. That was a very tough one to watch.
I mean, what do you think the deal is? I know South Florida obviously controlled the pace. What do you think Louisville is their main problem is right now? What's holding them back?
I'm not sure, man. That was a tough game. For South Florida. Basically, it put their tournament hopes on the line, and they just came in and looked like they wanted a little bit more. Our guys are going to bounce back, though. I'm convinced. Coach is going to have them fired up to play out in New York, and they'll be ready to go for the tournament.
Definitely. I know that you're playing a lot now in the NBDL. That's just really fascinating to me. I know that you probably are playing against a lot of guys who are maybe really well known. Any guys in particular that you played against recently, or maybe any guys on your team that maybe we're familiar with, other than Preston Knowles?
I just played in the All-Star game, last week down in Orlando for the D-League, and I mean there was a ton of guys that's been on NBA rosters, and one guy already has been called up to the NBA since last weekend, Gerald Green. He's back in the NBA now, so. Yeah, there was a lot of familiar faces down there that I was able to play with in that game.
Any news as to maybe getting a call up and getting to play in the NBA on maybe even a 10-day contract, anything like that in the works?
My agent's been working on it, he said, and he's getting a lot of positive feedback. So all I can do, man, is just stay patient and be ready for the opportunity if it presents itself. I'm going to continue to work hard and stay ready. That's all I can do, and pray.
It is all you can do. 18.4 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 4.3 assists. That's what really I think is interesting, is that you've just morphed into a point guard when you didn't so much play. Well, you were paired with Edgar Sosa, who took was taking the ball up the court while you were a guard. It seems that on the professional level, guys like Jeremy Lin or yourself can play shooting guard while in college, and then can kind of, for whatever reason, just assume the point guard responsibilities. What is the difference between the college level and the professional level on whatever level that allows you to be able to switch over to the point guard like that?
Well, Coach P broke it down very easy for me. He said that the shot clock is shortened in the NBA, so you're really playing with about a 16-second shot clock once you get 8 seconds to get the ball across half court. So you don't have a lot of time to run a lot of sets like you do in college. It's more so you have to know how to run pick and roll, be able to create off the dribble, maybe create your own shot or create a shot for someone else. And that's basically all it is, man. It's such a quick, fast-paced game, opposed to where college is a lot more slow, and you run a lot more sets in the half court.
Yeah, this is Jason Hahn with CardsandCats.com.
Well, one moment, we've got a guy. We've got Jason, who's actually from CardsandCats.com, who will he got a question for you here, Jerry. Ready, Jason?
Yeah, Jerry. I saw your dunk over a 7-footer. What was it like to bring out your inner Vince Carter and yam on somebody 7 feet tall?
It was good, man. I just I wanted to attack the rim hard. The clock was running down, and I went in there. He jumped a little later than I did, so I was able to get him.
Have you ever done something like that before in a game?
No, not on someone that tall. No.
He was taller than 7 foot, wasn't he? How tall was he?
He's 7'5".
Gee, that's gross. I saw that video. It was gross.
I can almost dunk on a 7'5" rim. Does that help?
Jerry, obviously it was senior night last night for Louisville. You've been through it. What kind of emotions, what kind of experience do you go through on a night like that?
It's tough because it's your last, home game in front of the fans, and my senior night, I wanted to be special, and we ended up closing out Freedom Hall the right way my senior night. So I'm gonna forever have that memory, me and Edgar both, we beat Syracuse when they were #1 in the country that year. I'll never forget it, man. It was very special. So you want to go out the right way on senior night.
That was a nice way to go out too, wasn't it?
Yes.
I would
definitely.
think so. I would think it would have been a little better than what happened last night for Chris and Kyle and Swap.
Chris and Kyle.
Yeah.
Yes.
You keep in touch with many of the guys? Maybe Edgar? Any of the guys you stay in touch with? I know Edgar's down south playing right now, I think. You keep in touch with those guys?
I do. I actually talked to Edgar last week, and he's doing his rehabilitation right now, and he's getting back strong and healthy from the injury he had back in August. And then I spoke with Earl over the weekend. He's down playing in Orlando, Earl Clark, and I was down there for All-Star break, and he's doing pretty well too. So I get to keep up with as many guys as I can.
What about didn't you come in with you, Edgar, Earl Clark, and I think Derek Character? I think you ever get to talk to him?
No, I haven't been able to talk to DC as much, but the other two guys that I came in with, I definitely I'm closest with them, and I still keep in touch with those guys to see how they're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Jerry, before we let you go, you're playing for the Springfield Armor. You're up in Maine right now, I believe. You have a game tomorrow night, right?
Right.
Who's that against?
The Maine Red Claws.
There you go.
Cool names.
Is there any kind of channel any of the people around here can check you out on?
You can stream all our games live on the NBA D-League website. You just go on NBA.com, click the D-League link, and then you go to Futurecast, and every game you can watch. You can check out all the games live. So it's right on there.
I know that you also have a Twitter handle here. How is it? Dope Boy Fresh. No.
No, that is not his Twitter handle.
No,
totally wrong.
my bad. That's your Skype name.
I think
Okay.
it's Jason.
That's my.
Yeah. Good try, Kelly.
What is your Twitter handle, Jerry?
It's at JSmith_8.
What about let's see here. Tell me a little bit about who's your coach for the Armor?
Bob McKinnon.
Who's he? What did he play for a while?
He said, "Who's he?" No, he didn't. He's a
career coach.
Yeah, I mean he's great though. He coached in the D League, I think a year ago, and they won the championship. So he went to China last year and coached over there. He's done a terrific job, man. I really enjoy playing for him.
Good deal. Well, Jerry, we really appreciate you coming on the show tonight. We got we love having former players on. We'd love to have you on another time soon. Anything you in particular you want to cover before you get out of here?
No, that's pretty much it, man. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man, and go Cards. Hopefully they turn things around and finish the season on a good note. Thank you very much. Jerry Smith there, huh?
No problem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Matt, are we able to get Jerry's clip of him hitting the game winner? Did we already play that?
I think we already played that.
We did. Any
I would like to go ahead and say that on that note, I got an award to give out right now. When we get the drum roll going, this one is for the biggest screw up. What a coincidence we have it already.
Oh, cool,
This is also my man Kelly Patrick. Whoa! Yeah. You get that.
you plan on giving this?
No, this is actually for you for one of your past interview horrible screw ups.
With
But
who?
now you just topped.
Who's that?
With who?
Who's that? Who the hell?
Matt,
Where'd he come from?
Matt, I know you don't have a mic. Do you remember
Here's
whose
the
this
fake
was?
ears I was
What
looking
we
for.
gave it for? Whatever it was.
Yes, it was asking
Oscar Combs.
Oscar Combs. He screwed up during the Oscar
Oh,
Combs
yeah.
interview. But now that one just
how's
topped the list.
catspaws.com going? He goes, I sold that about 15 years ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's right. So, Jerry Smith, I'm sorry for my man
we
Kelly
love you,
here.
Kelly.
We really appreciate Jerry coming on. Check him out, like he said. He's playing for Springfield Armor.
Hopefully we
He
get
has
to
a
see him
game
playing
tomorrow
in
night.
the NBA soon.
Yeah, he'll be there one day. We're going to go to a break, settle our nerves. We'll come back and get the rest of the UK UofL news out. We got a couple more awards to go. This is Bluegrass Breakdown. Check us out, brucey's.com, 502-265-5211. Give us a call.
Cool name.
staring at me. I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it.
Love was out to get me.
Well, that's the way it's breakdown. A little tribute to Davy Jones there. He just passed away. Daniel has a lot of crushes. We've gone over this every week.
I think we found the first one. Yeah.
First?
Yeah, the first of a long line of
Before Derek Anderson?
Before Austin Rivers?
Well before Austin Rivers.
Before Winston Bennett?
When you were born, how old was this guy?
What, he died in 66, so he was probably born in like 85. So, 40 when I was born.
So by the time you could develop a
This
crush.
is my only short man crush ever. He's like 5'2".
Except for,
died of a heart attack. Hopefully it was
Doing something fun. Do something
I agree.
Or doing
We
something
can only-
illegal. Kind of like Whitney Houston.
He is English.
Anyways, moving along. Good interview from Jerry Smith there. Thanks, Kelly, for making it really awkward.
those
No,
some
I
cool
liked
names.
it. I loved it.
Dope Boy Fresh. Is that your Twitter handle? God, that was classic.
Who's that?
That was that was awesome. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Moving on. I really lost my train of thought there, Kelly.
it's Booker T's birthday. It's also Justin Bieber's birthday.
Booker T the wrestler?
All the
Booker
beans.
T, yeah.
Raise the roof?
Raise the roof. If you will, raise the roof.
I will.
Murray State, number 9 in the nation, moving up come Monday. 28-1, 15-1 in the OVC. They had an upset loss. They beat St. Mary's last week. We talked about that. And then you got Bellarmine. Last Thursday night, they played while we were live against Northern Kentucky. They took them out to, I think, win the GLVC, and that tournament will begin on the 2nd, run to the 4th in Springfield, Illinois. Check them out. We like to cover all the smaller schools because we are KSCO. We are, we keep it 100, as Hank, our old employee, would say.
We keep it what?
100. That's what Hank used to say. 100.
Murray State is going to crash in the tournament.
I
think
agree.
so. I've heard Isaiah Cannon's name actually mentioned as a Player of the Year candidate.
Oh,
Have
he's
you heard
great.
that?
But
He's great.
How
You can't give it a Player of the Year candidate to an OVC player just because you have no defense every night. But he's great. You can't
rely on one player in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
I looked it up a few games ago. Through 24 games, Murray played 11 out of 24 against the top 200 RPI.
Yeah, I saw that.
4 of which against the top 100.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty impressive.
Pardon my skepticism.
Pretty impressive.
I'm right
well
with
thought
you there.
out.
Before we get into it, Matt, our newest sponsor, you want to throw that up there real quick? It's Brucey's.com. They've got some pretty sweet glasses on there. I don't know the exact quote. I can pull it up, though, because we're cool like that. But, yeah, check them out. They're Brucey's.com. They have some sunglasses that you can open up bottles with. The back of it, does anybody know what the earpiece of sunglasses is called? I was trying to think on the way over here.
I don't.
The hinge.
The hinge.
I don't.
The earpiece.
But
The earpiece.
this one opens bottles.
The earpiece.
It's awesome.
The earpiece, it's got a little piece of metal in it. You can pry open your favorite A&W root beer, whatever you got. Polarized sunglasses, open bottles. Get your pair and start prying today. Check them out, Brucey's.com.
Alcoholics love them.
21 over, Mark, not alcoholics. Keep
My
it.
bad.
Come on. Carsandcats.com, guy.
My bad.
Yeah.
We're just mad because we don't have any sponsors.
Yeah, it's okay. Check Mark out and Jason on Cars and Cats or catsandcars.com. Pretty good stuff. Or check out Brucey's.com. Give us a call on the call-in line 265-5211. I'd like to give out, on our last segment, I'd like to give out 2 awards here. We have one more special one waiting. This one goes out to the KSCO Best Hair. Everybody already knows it goes to my man Kelly Patrick. You don't have to. I mean, he's sweating.
I know. I have the most hair, but apparently
Danielle
it's not
feels
as
robbed.
good. I don't put as much product in it.
Your hair's pretty
West.
good. It's just not the best.
Go do your best Kanye.
I would never do that. I'm too classy.
You're what?
You know I'm a classy lady, Mark.
You're
Don't
Kanye
go
West?
there.
You are not
Yeah,
classy.
The best hair of all time.
It's not true at all.
Drum roll, please, for the next award. Longest post goes to Danielle, obviously. She sits at her computer for 3 hours, writing one post every
Average.
3 weeks. Catch.
That was the worst throw I've ever
Pause.
seen.
I'm not a lefty. I'm not a lefty. Yeah, to you. We're having fun here on our first birthday celebration.
Tyler, have you got an award yet?
I actually haven't. I'm slacking. I don't have many.
Does that mean
awards.
you're saving the MVP for yourself?
He gets the.
We do have
he
the
gets
MVP award
quality,
left.
not quantity award. Is what
Quality awards, not
That's what he
quantity.
tells all the young
Quality.
ladies.
Kelly over here, on the other hand, is racking up quantity. He has 3.
I'm dominating.
We knew Kelly. We know he was part of the Kentucky Sports Radio's, Be a Blogger Fest, cool little shindig they did.
What?
And he had a big head, so we figured we have to give him the most awards. He has 3. So Kelly, congrats to your awards.
I'm definitely the best person here.
You are. Let's get back to a little bit more news before we close out our awesome show and watch the Kentucky game. That is
Rick
tonight at
Pitino
9.
is a finalist for
Yes.
the Hall of Fame.
Jason, what do you got to think about that? Before you get there, I want to throw this out there. I hope it makes you mad. I honestly don't see any of this Hall of Fame worthy-esque coming from Louisville. It's all been pre-Louisville. Maybe one Final Four that helped him out.
Well, he is the only coach to take 3 schools to a Final Four.
He is. That one Final Four helped him at Louisville. If it wasn't for that one Final Four, he'd still be Hall of Fame worthy. I totally agree. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
First off, I'd say without a doubt he won his title and he put together the most impressive, exciting teams I've arguably ever seen while at Kentucky. So that's the foundation, no question about it. But if he hadn't had his tenure at Louisville, would he be a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Does everyone who wins a title end up in the Hall of Fame?
Are you saying if he retired after Boston?
or stayed in the NBA.
Sure. Yeah, if he retired after Boston.
I mean, it's impossible to really say that because, I mean, what would he have done if he had gone to Duke or North Carolina or Arizona or UCLA? I mean,
Instead of Louisville?
Yeah, I mean,
No. If he had retired after Boston, for the sake of argument.
That's a good question. I think that after Pitino is said and done at Louisville, he's going to have a pretty successful career in broadcasting, and I think that probably would have started had he just quit at Boston. Or did he get fired? Quit?
Both.
Jim O'Brien, I think, a former Pitino.
He was resigned.
He was actually the president. I think he was the president, GM, everything when he stepped down. He was in charge of everything.
So he fired himself.
He fired himself.
Yeah, but I think that Rick Pitino definitely revolutionized the game of college basketball, and certainly his time at Kentucky was the bread and butter of his career.
No denying that it was. I mean, do you feel better now, Tyler?
No, I was just trying to throw it out there. I'm just trying to be a butthole, I guess.
That's easy for you to do.
What about John Calipari? 3 or 4 years from now, we talking
500 plus wins.
We talking about Final Four or Hall of Fame
when he wins a ring this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he needs a ring.
He needs a ring.
What happens if he has his ring vacated? Are we still talking?
No way
say that.
No
it won't
way.
happen in Kentucky.
It may not happen.
It won't happen in Kentucky.
It almost happened at Memphis.
It would not happen in Memphis.
If
they won the championship, it would not have happened.
You don't think that they would have vacated
It's
Memphis?
too hard to take a championship away. Who are you going to give it to? The runner-up for losing?
I don't think they gave it to anyone when USC got theirs vacated. In football,
football's different. There's just a bunch of slimy bastards.
Football's different. It's just
It's
the
different.
biggest
Different
money
animal,
maker.
but still, it's the NCAA
Football's all
regulated.
sketched up anyways.
I love that argument. By the way.
It's a great argument. That's a summer argument. We can't.
Yeah.
That's a long argument. That's a whole 2-hour worthy show right there. We only got 8 minutes left, Mark.
I think to be a head coach and to make it specifically not to be a Dick Vitale, which Pitino wouldn't have become Dick Vitale, but he would have probably end up being a broadcaster and a successful one, which would have, in my opinion, helped his Hall of Fame.
Yes,
credibility.
That's kind of what I was getting. I mean, if obviously he wouldn't have become Dick Vitale, but
No.
Definitely being within the basketball realm.
But I think beyond the Dick Vitale route, if you're a coach, I think you have to win a title,
I think you do too.
right?
Yeah, I think you have to have
But
one
then again-
that sticks too.
Dan Marino, he never won a title.
Yeah, but he broke passing records.
Just
and
throwing
things
it
like
out
that.
there.
I mean, is John Calipari gonna break a wins
16
record?
But
He's not gonna-
40
he's not
and
gonna
1 in
coach that
national
long.
championships, pretty close.
I think the people want you to show yourself. They've heard you behind the scenes.
Well, they've seen me before.
Go sit.
Mark, wow, we got viewers jealousy.
Mark.
Hey,
Mark's my
Alistair.
favorite.
There he was. A little quick intro about Mark Blakefear for the CardsandCats.com. He likes to stay behind the scenes, the owner. It was the cardscast.com. One of those guys. I think Kelly's got an award to give out here.
Least dependable. I'm least dependable.
Do you know who this goes to?
I know who that's.
Do you know who this goes to? Drum roll. JJ Corbett. And he's not here, of course, because he's the least dependable. He's worthless. You know,
We'll make a special clip for him.
Hopefully he's watching.
He still owes us our fan fist that he stole from us.
Tyler's on a roll.
JJ's great.
JJ's worthless. Rich Wilson's a dumbass.
That's Tyler for you.
You know,
This show is his special.
we're getting weird here on the KentuckySports Bluegrass Breakdown.
No, JJ was great. JJ was a first guy that we got a random.
JJ was not great. JJ
a
was
random
worthless.
rant call from. He just randomly called in and gave us a great rant, didn't he?
He did.
I wish Matt, our producer, could replay that right now.
We'll give that one next week.
But you can't. Okay. But it was great. He ended up calling in and predicting Louisville football would go undefeated.
That's awesome.
That must have been some real talk.
I think the producer got an award to give out here as well. We got one more. I'm going to do this one at the final segment. Anyways, producer.
Why are you trying to boast your own reward or award?
I'm just trying to save the best for last.
I was going to do it before the end of the show, but since you made it very, very in front of everyone, Mr. Tyler Boyd is most expendable. He's been here for every show since he's been here.
Every year. That's awesome.
Yeah. Good job, Tyler.
His priorities are.
Award.
All the while, he's went through how many
And he just threw it against the
actual
wall. Thank you.
jobs.
I've been through 6 jobs in the past year, but this is with
He has
most
not
consistent.
missed this, and he hasn't been late.
I've been late. I've been on time, an hour and a half on time. Just doing things. We get paid a lot here.
It's because you don't have anything to do.
No,
Damn
no.
straight.
That is nothing.
We got about 5 minutes here.
I have 4 awards right now. I'm definitely. If this were a contest, I'm not saying it was. I'm winning.
We got 3 awards.
I'd also like to point out where I messed biggest screw up. I said to JJ, I said to Derek Anderson, JJ, Jim Jackson. Oh, he's from.
Right.
I said he's from Dayton, Ohio, right? And he goes Toledo.
Yeah,
Oh.
I remember that too.
There's one per interview. I'm sure
There was
one
another
during-
one too.
Winston Bennett was an hour interview. There had to be one for Winston Bennett.
Yeah, we just ended up talking to Winston Bennett about like
We actually tried to get
who
off
would
the
you
line.
rather guard, Dirk Nowitzki or Michael Jordan?
He
He was like, I don't know. That's a good question.
we tried to get him off the line. He's like, I don't know. I'm not done. It's like his,
I'm not
it's
done.
like his women.
I wanna
He just
talk
was
about the
never
other-
done.
Winston Bennett was the best interview ever.
He really was. Winston Bennett's the man.
He was the man. Kentucky, obviously, they got a game tonight, 9 o'clock. It's senior night. Darius Miller, Eloy Vargas. We're celebrating them. There's a sweet picture on our website, KentuckySports.co, of Darius in his prime time with Tony Delk. You can check that out. It's going to be a sad night, senior night for Darius. Eloy, he's been here for a couple years as well. He hasn't got on the court as much, but Darius, true Kentuckian. And high school played against him in the state. It's going to be tough to see him to go. He might be the last 4-year guy from our state in a while.
Mr. Basketball too. I mean, he's got a especially if he wins a title this year. I mean,
He deserves one.
if
Billy
he wins a
Gillespie.
title. I mean, I could see him being a coach too. Real articulate guy. I mean, I think he could be a coach.
I don't think we're talking coaching at the age of 21.
I think Darius
He's gonna
Miller's
play.
he'll play in the league.
Oh yeah. I mean, 6'9", he's a guard. I mean,
He's got the best post game for a 6'9" guy in
I mean, he's going to
college.
get drafted. How far he gets drafted is going to depend on the tournament.
He's projected for the last pick in the second round right
Yeah.
now, which could
So-
easily
If
go up.
the-
DeAndre
If he
Liggins
has-
can get drafted.
That's what I'm saying. It's
If
gonna
Harrelson, Liggins can get drafted, exactly. Actually, Liggins played for about 16 minutes last night against Wall. Wall got
that's
33 points on him. Just to throw that out there.
Well,
Are
then
you
Wall had
serious?
15 assists the other night.
Yeah.
That was
He got mad because all this All-Star break that was absolutely worthless. We were going to try to talk about the All-Star game. Who watches the All-Star break?
I
The
watched
dunk
the
contest,
celebrity
Jeremy
game.
Evans from Western Kentucky won. Did you see any of it?
It might as well be.
Yeah.
Was it
was
fun?
the dunk contest was pretty lame.
The skills competitions was horrible.
Who
I
was
did
in
not
the
watch the skills
Who's in the
contest.
skills contest?
Rondo, Darren Williams, and Tony Parker were in the finals. It might have been only 3.
I think
promise
that's
you
kind of
they-
neat.
they
I didn't
jog.
watch it.
They jog. It's worthless. It's like the NFL Pro Bowl. It's worthless. It really is. They need to go MLB route and put the game. You get home court advantage. They'll try.
They should just have the home run derby in the NBA, so you can hit it out. That could be
That'd
fun.
be interesting.
I'm
Actually,
lost.
Yeah,
Just
let's do
other sports.
crossover for sports that.
Actually,
What
kinda
about
like
what about
that.
Crossfire?
Crossfire!
Yeah, we're coming to an end, I guess. We got one more award though, Matt.
We do. I was about to tell you that. We got one more word to go.
You want to give it out?
It's on you.
It's on me. Well, this award is the KentuckySports MVP. He's not here tonight. We don't know why we're giving the MVP. He's not even here. But the man has done a lot of work. He's leading in blog posts. He's got all of our guests. He set up Jerry Smith tonight.
He did. Yeah.
He set up, who did we have last week? I can't even remember his name. CBS Sports dude.
Gary Parrish.
Thanks for coming on. Gary.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a lot of guests, and they've all really. John Hancock, our man, you're the MVP. This one's out for you. I'm gonna break yours in half.
Oh,
I get MVP, John.
Tyler, I'll get you, Tyler's award, just so you know.
No, what's going on in the trophy kit shelf?
How'd you break 24 karat gold like that?
I'm bluff.
All that I took from that is Tyler really hates John.
I'm not happy. I should have got that award.
Tyler needs to get laid.
He doesn't miss a show, but man,
we're all not
a very happy guy.
Mark. Actually, we are. Anyways, it's been a fun show. We'd like to thank Jerry Smith for coming on. Good guest. We'd like to thank Kelly for ruining that interview.
Didn't ruin the interview. Jerry Smith.
But again,
who's that?
Who's that? Thanks to Mark Blankenbaker and Jason Hines from the cardsandcats.com or the catsandcards.com. Whoever your fan base you follow, check them out. Good stuff. Next week, we will be celebrating somebody coming on our show as always because John Hancock, the MVP, will get somebody. You never know who it is. It might be Obama. So check back throughout the week. KentuckySports.co. This is the Bluegrass Breakdown radio show. Y'all have a good night.
You once thought of me as a white knight on his steed.